The tale of the second dice game and Pandavas' exile. Let's open another page from Mahabharata and watch the tale of the second dice game and Pandavas' exile. Part 1. Duryodhana's new plan. The first dice game had ended in disaster. But just when it seemed everything had been lost, King Dhritarashtra restored the Pandavas' kingdom, wealth, and freedom. At last, peace appeared to have returned to the Kuru dynasty. But Duryodhana was far from satisfied. Humiliated by the Pandavas' restoration and consumed by envy, he refused to let them rule Indraprastha. Together with his cunning uncle Shakuni, he devised one final plan, a second game of dice from which the Pandavas could never truly recover. This time, the wager was terrifyingly simple. The loser would spend 12 years in exile in the forest, followed by 1 year living in complete disguise. If discovered during that final year, the entire 13-year exile would begin all over again. When the royal invitation arrived, Yudhishthira immediately sensed the danger. He knew Shakuni's dice were guided by deceit. Yet, bound by his duty to obey the king and uphold the traditions of the Kuru family, he could not refuse. The Pandavas returned to Hastinapura. Part 2. Another day, another dice game, but same result. Once again, the royal court watched in silence as Shakuni calmly picked up the dice. The dice rolled, and just as before, deception triumphed over justice. Yudhishthira had lost. A stunned silence filled the assembly. Without complaint, the Pandavas accepted the outcome. They removed their royal ornaments, laid aside their magnificent robes, and exchanged the glory of a prosperous kingdom for the uncertain path of exile. Soon, the heartbreaking news spread across Hastinapur. Men, women, and children lined the streets, weeping as the Pandavas prepared to leave. Many begged to follow them into the forest, unwilling to abandon their beloved rulers. But Yudhishthira gently stopped them. "Our duty now lies in the forest," he said. "Yours is to remain here, protect the innocent, and care for the kingdom until we return." Part 3. Pandavas' exile. Dressed in simple garments, the 5 brothers walked away from the city with Draupadi by their side. As the gates of Hastinapura faded behind them, they stepped into a future filled with hardship, sacrifice, and uncertainty. The forests became their home. Gone were the royal palaces and luxurious halls. In their place were towering trees, wandering sages, dangerous beasts, scorching summers, freezing winters, and countless trials. Yet every hardship strengthened their resolve rather than breaking their spirit. Final part. The second dice game had given Duryodhana the victory he desired, but only for a time. For with every step the Pandavas took into exile, destiny moved one step closer to the greatest war the world had ever witnessed. The road into the forest was not the end of their story. It was the beginning of the journey that would one day lead to the epic battle of Kurukshetra, where justice, vengeance, and destiny would finally collide. Do you think Yudhishthira did the right thing by accepting the invitation to the second dice game, knowing the outcome would not be in his favor? Or should he have refused the invitation? What would have happened if he had refused to take the bait? Comment and let me know. If you liked the story and narration, then like the video and subscribe to my channel, Queen of Tales 007, and wait for the next fascinating tale. Thank you and take care. The end.